The Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the member in charge of the Parental Leave and Employment Protection (6 months paid leave) amendment bill, and asks, does the member intend to proceed with the Parental Leave and Employment Protection 6 months paid leave amendment bill this year? If not, why not?
Mr Speaker.
Moroney.
Yes, I do intend to proceed with my bill extending paid parental leave to 6 months, which is set down for its committee stage debate tomorrow because it has growing majority support in Parliament. The good news is that with one further Members' Day left before Parliament rises for the election, there is time for my bill to proceed to third reading and be passed before the election. The only thing that now lies between families...
Actually answered the question right at the start. I've given her some liberty. Order. The answer's long enough. Supplementary question. Honourable Ruth Dyson.
What is the additional cost of her bill to extend paid parental leave to 26 weeks?
Mr Speaker, my bill, which only now has the National Party standing between it and with their threatened financial veto, it's an amendment that I will introduce today, means there will be no impact on the forthcoming financial year and therefore no justification for the current government to use a financial veto. My bill will now be based on the election pledge from Labor to increase paid parental leave to 26 weeks.
Point of order, Honourable Gerry Brownlee.
Quite apart from the fact that answer was well past what's reasonable for an answer to a member's question.
Order. I'd be reluctant to ask members to leave. We've got so far through question time without having to do so, but this is a point of order.
What are the Speaker's rulings around preemption of business, as was the centrepiece of that particular answer?
Order. The issue of preempting business, it's technically something that shouldn't be preempted in debate earlier. But I think the more important thing is the length of answer is too long. The question was what additional cost. The member very quickly said she's proposing an amendment, so there'll be no additional cost. That is a sufficient answer to this question. It's not a chance to use this for a speech. So I will allow the member now to ask the second question. The answer is completed. Point of order, Grant Robertson.
Mr Speaker, I invite you, as you have said that you will do, to go back and look at the tape and the transcript of today, and perhaps, as just one example, compare the length of answers from Sir Moroney to Mr Joyce in response to a question from one of his members, and you will find they were shorter than Mr Joyce.
I accept that point, but always questions to members are handled in a more concise way than questions to ministers. The second point is the member himself can't have it both ways. On many occasions, he's interrupted an answer being given by the minister, quite correctly, and said that question has been answered, no need to add to it. I'm ruling the same way for the benefit of the member this time. So question number 2. Point of order, Sue Moroney.
Mr Speaker, just really speaking to the point of order that the Honourable Gerry Brownlee raised.
Order. Member will resume her seat. I've dealt with that. If the member wants to raise a fresh point of order, I will listen to it. But to now try and talk to one that I've already dealt with is in itself out of order. Question number...
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Sue Moroney.
Mr Speaker, there have been questions set down to me as a member in charge of a bill, and I'm attempting to let the House know about an amendment that I have forthcoming.
The member will resume his seat. At this rate, she won't get to ask her second question. I have ruled the question has been answered. I can't be more clear than that. Question number 2, the Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the member